Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Audio Whoop Ass Podcast.
Haha, what is up, everybody?
Podcast. Talking about bullshit and other things.
Haha, let's go! So, what do I want to talk to you guys today? I'm gonna roll a TikTok that got taken down by TikTok. TikTok said it was against the guidelines of the platform, right? But the original video is still up there. I didn't say nothing in the video. I was just standing there and looking at the video, doing one of those duet reactions. I didn't do anything that was like negative or vicious or violent or crazy.
I think men are important. Like for what?
Well, we need men to run the industries that keep us alive and well.
Not necessarily, no.
What
We need to kill all men.
Fucking hate men!
So what do women need from men?
So, the video got taken down, which I'm okay with. I mean, happens, right? So, as a content creator, I'm like, that makes no sense that it would be taken down as a duet, but the original would still be up there. And it had everybody from nobodies to Cher, and one of the comments was like, hey, what can men do? And Cher was like, why do I need a man? Basically, men don't do nothing. Men are scumbags. Men are horrible. Men are terrible. Men are this, men are that. And it's like, there's a whole lot of these, I guess you call them feminists or women out there that put out this garbage and just say, I don't need a man, I don't need a man, I don't need a man. And they repeat this garbage, and then you hear that real women who are genuinely real women who want a real relationship, right? There's two kinds of women. There's a real woman who wants to settle down with a nice dude, have a family, and is going to be there for them, right? There is still nice women out there. There's still genuinely cool-ass women that you want to hang out with and do cool things with. They're into the same things you are, and they're not the B word. A bitch! They're not that, right? They are just plain old, regular, cool people to chill with, right? But then you got some weird social media people that are like so against men. What can a man do for me that I can't do myself? Well, for one, men will get their ass up in the middle of the night to protect their family, their children. They'll get up when someone's breaking into their house. Most, I would say, women might not want to get out of bed when someone's trying to break into their house. They would feel threatened. They might hide. A man will get up and protect his family at all costs. And that is the truth. A man will get out of bed and say, what, you want to fuck with my family? Let's go. Also, men do extremely hard jobs. We'll do like construction jobs where we're working out in 100-degree weather, 50 degrees Celsius. We're out there just grinding out on the asphalt, making the roadways. We're sitting there getting on the highest, like towers, bridges, and do these extremely dangerous jobs day in, day out. We'll go on a 50-foot or 50-story skyscraper and literally clean the windows. We will do crazy stuff and do hard labor jobs. Like my job, I would say, yes, there's women that work there, but it's mostly men that do my position, which is unload big rig trailers for a living. Most people, especially women, I'm not saying no women can handle my job, but most women aren't going to put themselves in a situation where they're lifting, as I like to say, truckloads of weight. And why do you say that? Well, the reason I say that is I work at one of the biggest companies in the world, and we unload massive amounts of weight, 50 pounds, and dog food, kitty litter, TVs, computers, bed frames, stuff that is big, bulky, and absolutely heavy, right? And there's a lot of times where a lot of females will, at my job, will go, hey, Trevor, is it cool if you help me lift this? And I'll go over there and lift it and be like, haha. And they're like, you're a real nice gentleman. And they're nice people. I'm not saying they're bitches or they're not. I'm not saying they're bad. But I do it because I'm like, okay, I'm a gentleman. I'll help this person out. But these are the people that I interact with on a daily basis. They're not saying, men are all dogs. I don't need a man. Men are scumbags. They're not saying that. Why? Because at the end of the day, it's only this weird toxic thing that's going on online, especially online. But like I said, just when I played the video earlier, you see what I was talking about. And I'm still dumbfounded that it got taken out or taken off TikTok. But one of the people that were talking is another woman. She goes, what about men who run the infrastructure, the men who do the crazy stuff? And a lot of women will say, I don't need a man for X, Y, and Z. But then when some females are like, would you do this kind of job? Would you go out and dig trenches? Would you go out and work on cars? Would you go out in 100-degree weather and play with asphalt to make highways and roadways and bridges? And they go, oh, I could handle that. You're like, no, you probably couldn't handle it. You probably wouldn't want to do that. She asked a simple question, are men important? And Cher, the famous singer, goes, for what?
I think men are important. Like for what?
And you hear all these women in the background giggling. Like, haha, you're right. Why do we need men? Like, that's disturbing to me because I don't hear men out here saying, I don't need a woman. I don't want no woman. I don't need no woman. Really? No man says that because men realize behind every good man who's successful, there's a beautiful woman behind him that is a strong, independent woman. I get it. Women want to be independent. Women want to have money. Women want to do what they want to do, right?
And to run the industries that keep us alive and well.
Not necessarily, no.
Well, what the hell?
To kill all men.
And that lady said we should kill all men. Like, are you, if you got rid of all men, right? There are certain jobs that you would not want to do, because in this video it shows some jobs that I would be scared to do, and I'm a man. I'm not saying that whatever is going on is weird. I think everything that's going on in this life, in this video, is strange, is weird, is odd. I don't even understand why it got to this point. Because most men in society want to live a normal life. They want to drive a motorcycle, drive a nice car, and support their family or their children. That's what they want to do. They don't want to sit here and fight with women. They don't want to sit here and go online and say, well, I don't like women. We don't need women. Women are bitches. Women are assholes. Why would we say that? I don't hear any man out there saying we don't need men. We don't need women. We don't need women. But there's a toxic thing going on right now where there's a lot of females out there like shoving this down their throat. And then when a real woman comes out that is a real woman who wants a man and goes, where's all the good men? And you go, well, honey, you told us, you're not you specifically, but women in general for the last decade have been telling men, We don't need you. You're a scumbag. I make more money than you. You'll never be financially good. And it's like, and then when a guy goes, so baby, what do you bring to the table? And they go, look at this, baby. And they're like pointing to their body, and it's like, excuse me, you're just saying you got a nice body? Like, what do you bring to the table financially? And they go, and it's like, oh, so you just want a sugar daddy. That's all you want? And they're like, well, and it's like, if a man did that, if I went up to a good woman right now at my job or wherever, and I was like, hey, baby, can I take you out to dinner? And she goes, so, what do you bring to the table? All I did was this. Big muscles, baby. The gun show. And they'd go, no, what kind of car do you drive? Oh, it doesn't matter what I drive because I'm an independent woman and I'm muscle, right? It wouldn't work that way. But it seems like women do that on a daily basis. They'll sit there and go, I want a man who drives this kind of car, has this amount of money. Because there's a lot of women online that I've seen, and they'll ask them, what if a man worked a 9-to-5 job and was stable enough to pay all his bills comfortably and still have a couple $1,000s left at the end of the month to take you out to dinner, to go to a concert, to go to a movie, to do some fun shit? And they were like, what's a 9-to-5 gonna do? So some of these women are expecting like Donald Trump baller, some dude like Donald Trump that's balling out of control, that has absolutely FU money, but they realize that's unachievable because most men don't make that FU money. We're not Joe Rogan, we're not Vince McMahon, we're not Ric Flair. Woo! We don't got that money. We ain't wearing designer shoes. We ain't wearing flashy gold necklaces and gold watches. That's just what not a lot of people do. Why? Because we live in the real world. We make a living on what we base our living on. We go to work, we bust our ass. And a lot of these people out there, some of these females are like, that's unacceptable. How much money you make an hour? $25 an hour? Oh, what is that, like $48,000 a year? And then you go, well, yeah, I make about 48. And they go, what's 48 going to do for me? And I go, well, what do you make? 0? Shut your ass up. Shut your ass up. Because this video is disturbing to me. So many women were saying so much hurtful shit that it's disgusting. And I figured that is a hurtful, disgusting video. Little kids, like my niece, my nephew, little kids, 10-year-olds, 5-year-olds are growing up hearing, I don't need a man. So I'll say it again. This is the Audio Whoop-Ass Podcast. The reason I'm here is for you guys to be able to listen and go, oh, okay, what he is saying was what I would feel. I just don't want to say it. It just makes me disgusted that the video that I showed you is just women bashing on men and saying men are nothing, men are trash. And the jobs that they were showing, I don't see a female getting on like a 50-story building and walking out to a ledge where you could look down and see almost death and do stuff like that. I don't see women getting on these big towers to fix cell phone towers that are like 500 feet off the ground or however tall they are. I just don't see that. But it's so weird that there's so many people that bash on men, but the things that a lot of these women are saying, like, I don't need a man for this, this, and this, and then you go, yeah, that's why you're single. But when they do want a man, it's all about, oh, do you have this, this, and this? It's like a prestige thing. Because, for an example, I'll give you my real-world experience. I went out on a date with a girl once that we met online, and I was taking her out, right? We went to a nice restaurant. I would consider it a decent restaurant. We went to the California Pizza Kitchen, which is pretty decent. You can get sandwiches, pasta, a little steak, and stuff like that. So, it was okay, right? And the girl came and picked me up because at that time I didn't own a car and I didn't have a way to get there. And I just explained, hey, can you pick me up? And she's like, cool, that's fine, whatever. And we went there and we had great conversation, great interaction. The conversation went very good, and we were talking. We ended up, and I'm a short dude, and this girl was like 6 foot, so she mentioned, "Oh, you're a short guy." Duh, I told you that. So what happens is we went to the restaurant, had great conversation, and I said, "Hey, we can go to the beach afterwards, right?" And she's like, "Yeah, sure. I'm not really from Jacksonville," because I think she was originally from like Seattle or something like that. So we end up taking a ride down to the beach. It was about 15, 20 minutes from where we were. We're at the restaurant, and we went down there, and we had great conversation. And when we were coming home, she was kind of getting a little tired, right? And I was like, okay, maybe she was actually tired. But I realized now she was bored with me. She didn't want to go out and do anything. She just hung out because she wanted the free food, and that was it. Because my intentions for going out with this woman was to find a significant other and actually have somebody I can talk to, date, or become friends with. But what happened was she literally was like, the conversation was going so well. She gave me a ride back to my house. We gave each other hugs, and she said, "I'll talk to you tomorrow," right? And I was like pumped, like, okay, I finally found somebody that actually enjoys hanging around me. But what happened was we get to my house, drop her off. I hit her up a few times in the text messages because I waited about 24 hours, and I was like, "Hey, I had a really good time. We should hang out again. We should go out to dinner. I'll buy us some steaks, and we'll go from there," right? She never really commented me back, and then when she did, she goes, "Oh, I don't think the date went that well." And I'm like, "It didn't go well? What do you mean? We had great conversation." And she goes, "Yeah, you're really not my type." And I replied back, "Then why did you go out on a date with me if I'm not your type? You don't find me attractive. You're not into short guys. You don't like guys with beards. You don't like guys with long hair. So what is the dealio?" And she replied, "Well, to be honest, I only went out with you because you seem like a nice guy. You are offering me free food. So who would not turn down a free meal?" And I was like, really? If I would have known I was going to go out with somebody that only wanted a free meal, I wouldn't have gone out with them in the first place. You realize I'm trying to find a girlfriend at the time. This was like 2014, maybe 2016, something like that. And you're sitting there just using men for their money to get a steak dinner. She goes, "What's wrong with that? What is wrong with that? You think if a man did that to a woman, that would be okay? Just to take a woman out to or have the woman take you out to a steak dinner, and all you're doing is using her for a steak dinner, and you don't give a damn about her? You think that would be okay? Absolutely not." So I was like, "You do this to multiple guys?" She goes, "Yeah, I go out to dinner 3 or 4 times a week. Use this all the time." I'm like, "You're a miserable person." The reason you're going to be miserable, you're going to sit back there and actually find a guy who really like you, really like him, and then he's going to go, "Oh, nah, baby, I just went out on a date with you just because you were cute, but I didn't have any intention on dating you." Then you're going to feel like, "But that guy's a dickhead." No, he's not. He's doing the same thing you are doing to guys. It's called karma. Karma's a bitch. And you're doing the same thing that you're getting the same play now that you were giving all these guys. And I don't understand where some women will do this, and I've had it happen to me multiple times, where women will only go out to dinner with you or out to lunch with you, whatever, because you're giving them a free dinner, and they'll hang out with you, have good conversation, and when the date's over, oh, the conversation's going good, but then when you call them up the next day, "Oh, no, dog, I just wanted to go out for the free meal. I wasn't intentionally trying to date you because you're ugly." And it's like, really? You think a guy would really want to go out on a date with somebody if he thought she was ugly or thought she was just a fat slob? Absolutely not. Most dudes go out on dates because they want to find that significant other and actually settle down. We're not sitting here trying to go out with somebody based upon, "Oh, you're just an attractive girl that can give me free food." Nah, that's not how guys work. Oh yeah, is there some guys out there that just want to get down with the get down, if you know what I mean? Absolutely. But at the end of the day, you think this is a way to treat dudes? And then you sit there and complain when a dude shits on you? You go, "Well, he's a dick." Yeah, because you treated him that way. That's why They're happening this way. But I love the females that are online that are defending men, saying, hey, all men aren't dicks. All men are not assholes. There is good men out there. There's men who really want to settle down. There's men who make a decent living and will support you in all your goals and aspirations. But the people that are out there that are saying men are weird, we don't need men, y'all need to shut up. Y'all need to stop that. Why can't we go back to the early 90s or the 80s where you didn't have women going out of their way to shit on the opposite sex constant and then wondering why men don't want you and you're going, but I have a body. I don't give a damn if you have a hot topic, hot model type body. Bring more to the table than that. That's why the person I'm with, guys, is a great person, not just financially, but her personality's banging. We love the same things. We go to concerts. We love camping. She loves motorcycles. I like motorcycles. She likes sports cars. I like sports cars. We like the same thing. There's no I don't care if she makes $500,000 more than me. I like the person I'm with because she's a cool ass person. That's the reason I'm with her. I don't give a damn if she makes $50,000 a year or $25,000 a year. When people will smarten the fuck up and listen and understand that people all want to be loved. At the end of the day, people want one thing, a significant other that they can build a family with and not have any drama with. And they don't want to have that toxic person. Women are better than men. Men are better than women. They don't want that. And they don't want a woman that's going to look at you based upon your income and go, well, you're a piece of garbage because you don't make a lot of money. No, at the end of the day, if you care about somebody, it's about who you love, why you love them, and not about the social status. It doesn't matter if you drive a Bugatti or you drive a Honda Civic. At the end of the day, does this person give two shits about you? Yes or no? Do they love you? Yes or no? If they do, then move forward. Stop playing this damn joke of I'm gonna go out with guys just for the free meal, or you bash guys for so many reasons, but you don't realize it's the same thing with vegans. They'll bash you, stop eating meat, you're killing animals. Yeah, but most vegans don't understand the process of you have to kill billions of bugs to get your food. At the end of the day, this is the Audio Whoop Ass Podcast. My name is Trevor. I'm here to say shit that you guys personally wouldn't say yourself. I'm just sick and tired of so many this bashing on people for no reason. If they have no bearing in your life, then shut your ass up. If no one has a bearing on your life, no one is affecting your life, why do you care what they say? That's the truth. Why would you care what Andrew Tate says if it doesn't affect you personally? Why would you care what Joe Rogan says in his podcast if it's not affecting you personally? Why would you care what I say if it's not affecting you personally? But at the end of the day, stop treating people poorly, because eventually you will get treated poorly. But this has been another episode of the Audio Whoop Ass Podcast, and sorry for the long rant, but it is what it is. I just got to get that off my chest, and we're going to move forward. You think I rant hard? Go listen to the Joey Diaz podcast. That guy goes off.